What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're doing something totally different. I'm just joking. If you follow the channel and you're an OCD OG, then you know that we've put a Blackvue already into the Hellcat. The reason this is a little bit of a different type of video with Blackvue is I am now sponsored by Blackvue. I like their dash cam. I had the 750 version, the 750S or whatever it was. That was in the Hellcat. It wasn't the 4K version. What we have here is the 4K version. So what I'm gonna do is open this, like, I guess welcoming box or sponsorship acceptance box. I don't know what you want to call this, but this is a newest sponsor to the channel. So we're gonna open this up, we're gonna take a look at everything, and then we're gonna kind of sort of figure out where we're gonna mount certain things and how we're going to run the wiring. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. The only issue is going to be the fact that there is a battery with this for parking mode. I'll explain that in a few seconds. So as soon as you open everything up, we're met with a bag, and for the sake of time savings, I took the plastic shielding off of these boxes. So this is what we have received from Blackvue. We have the DR900S 2-channel, so front and rear facing 4K, amazing. And then I chose to go with the Power Magic Ultra battery, which is their biggest, baddest, most outrageously cool power supply, which we're gonna try to figure this out. The thing I know about this is you have two options, which is why I liked it. I don't think there's any pictures on it. No pictures, but apparently you can hardwire it, which hardwire is tapping it into a fuse box, which is what we're going to try to do. Then the other thing is you can have it coming from the cigarette lighter. It's kind of a cheesy way to do it, but if I can't figure out the other way because my head's flooded with clusters of crap, then we're going to have to go the other route. But for now, we're going to see what we're going to do. Before we open up these two things, let's see what's in this. I literally have no idea what's in here because I actually have not opened this up yet. It says this is a small token of my gratitude. Thank you. Oh, it's a box. Look at this. Okay, yeah, we got ourselves a mug. What do we got in here? Got ourselves some Blackvue camera decals. Hold on. Got ourselves a pen. There's a shirt. Oh, got ourselves another pen. And we've got ourselves the actual bag that it came in, which is the Blackvue bag. Very cool. Let's see what this shirt looks like. So the back of the shirt says Blackvue Dashcam. The front of the shirt says Blackvue Dashcam. What are the odds? Very cool little welcoming package. So when you open up the boxes, this is what you're met with. This is the 4K front camera. This is the rear camera, which is still full HD. Very small compared to the front, which is to be expected. Same layout that I had on the Charger. So very nice. Got owner's manual, I believe, start guide. Oh, look at this little poke a hole, pinch, lift. Very nice. Okay. These are all the accessories. So great. Gotta love this. That's pretty cool. They now include a little pry tool for installation and little stickies for the window, I guess, for wire cable management and stuff. This is obviously the long cable, so this is going to be the one that connects from the small camera all the way to the front, which would go to the rear option there. Very nice. Nothing crazy here. This is all easy. We've seen this before. This is where I'm gonna lose my mind. So this is freaking big and heavy. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting it to be that hefty there. This is a big boy. Wow. Literally, this thing is the size of, like, books. So from watching little videos here and there, from what I gather so far, you can put multiple of these. That's where this expansion thing comes. So you could put them like in sequence and I guess tether or whatever the hell it's called. Daisy chain them. This is going to be a connection that comes off here, goes to the dash cam. I think the USB thing is you can actually charge a USB option, and then if you're going to decide to go the cigarette lighter option or the hardwire option, you select that there, and the power in. There's so much to cover in this. Mostly, like I said, the main issue is going to be finding a mounting location for this, wiring it all up. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. That might be a problem. Okay, never mind. We're good. Dog, I was screwed for a second. Google Translator, here I come. What is this? It's like a wire knot in here. It doesn't look too bad. There's strips here. I guess if you wanted to put strips on this. I don't know how hot this thing would actually get. I'm assuming it would throw off a tad bit of heat, but it's definitely something to look into. There's also an app that allows you to connect to your battery. So lots of things to look for in this install, but we are absolutely going to send it. It's going to be pretty cool. We'll see what happens. Okay guys, let me get you caught up here. I don't want to film every single little thing and have this be like a 40-minute video, so I'm doing bits and pieces. I have the whole wiring setup laid out, right? So I was going to try to come over and I'll tell you my thought process. I thought, like other vehicles, that there would be some kind of like fuse box hidden in here, but there's not. There's no fuse box hidden back there. There's actually no fuse box inside of this car at all. It's all in the engine bay. So my idea originally of putting that ultra battery possibly under here or in the dash, I kind of changed all my plans. So now here we go. So here is where we are right now. How did we get here? There's the supercharged trim here. I picked that up. I came in here with the piss poor lighting, and I pulled, there's a plastic trim piece here, this one, right? I pulled out, so now we exposed this area. And if you move this shit aside, there, trust me on this, I'll get a better way to videotape it, but there's a grommet here. So what we're gonna have to do is run to the engine bay. But this is what we're gonna end up doing here. I think it should be fine. It seems heavy enough where this is gonna be set correctly, and I should be able to have no problems. I'll be able to run the wire out maybe through here or down, maybe a little tiny hole down there, put a wiring down there, go through down there, come through the firewall, and then I'll show you where we're going to be. So this is where we are, under the engine bay, okay? And obviously we're going to want to get from the firewall down there up through here, which isn't really going to be that bad. But if you look down here, there's a grommet here. It's completely unused. So what I want to do is pop that out, drill a hole just big enough for that wire, and then I'm going to run from there up here, and I'll probably tag along some wires here and come through underneath here, come here, and then maybe do a tiny little notch here, and now I'm into the mainland here. So we'll see how that works, but this is what we're working with right now. That I knew going into this that the trickiest part was going to be figuring out the layout for me, because I'm just so picky. But that's the update. So what I'm going to do is head back under, try to pop that grommet out, and see what I can do as far as getting this to look good. Thank God we have tons of wire, which is good, but you know, we're gonna have to figure this out. So here's where we are right now. I put a little hole just enough to fit this all in. So we keep this obviously in the engine bay, and I'm just pushing it. I just shoved a little bit of it into the open grommet area now, and then I'm gonna pull it in. I don't want to pull too much of this because, you know, if you try to pull more, it's gonna pull the grommet out, but if you try to take slack in, it'll keep it nice and taut, which is fine. That's what we want. So now you basically come in here, and here's the cord. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm still gonna have to figure out what the best way of running this is gonna be. We'll figure that out. Alright, I took a little break, but we're back at it. This is the update so far. So basically what we have here is, this is gonna be the cord that comes off of this. This is gonna run to the dash cam. So basically this is kind of sort of how it's gonna look for now. Once it's all done, I got the 2 wires ran up here, tucked, right? And that shuts nice. And then we come down here, and as of right now, the other wire for the power is going through the firewall, which I have to finish hooking up, and this wire is just here for now. What we're gonna want to do here, obviously this is going to be the one we're going to go with. So the next step, once I figure out which fuse it is going to be, put this in here, crimp it. I want to put shrink wrap, but for now this is what we're going to do. I might do some kind of better setup. So from the looks of it, we are about to be blessed by YouTube greatness, Mr. WorkPlayDrive. Let's all give a round of applause in the comment section. He's gonna be on his way. Our channels are yin and yang. He's the calming voice, he's very technical, he gets the shit done. And then you got my channel, where I sometimes get shit done, but I'm so far from being the calming voice. I'm the one that just loses my mind until things get finished, or I complain enough to the point where I figure it out. Case in point, I called him up and I was asking him a question because he's, like I said, the technological one here. The owner's manual is telling us that this needs to be hooked up to no more than a 10 amp fuse. So I don't know if that means it has to be 10 amp. I mean, obviously it says it in the owner's manual, but it's given examples like, oh, cigarette lighter or radio, but my stuff is 20 amp. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not I can scoot by with a 20 amp push, and I guess we're gonna figure this out together when he shows up. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little turned off by the idea of having to run anything through the hatch. So if you watched what I did to my Tahoe trying to run my dash cam to the rear, you know, then you'll understand. If to the fact that I had to drill a hole through the body of the car, that I actually forgot to silicone a day later. It rained, got my trunk all wet, then I finally siliconed and now it's all good. But this is something that's not gonna happen in the Trackhawk. Not gonna happen. So he'll help me. Hopefully when Mr. WorkPlayDrive graces our presence, we can have some fun, finish this up. Me and him like to shoot the shit. Great guy. I'm gonna leave his information below as well. If you aren't subscribed to that channel, you're really missing out. My channel is just all over the flipping place. He is structured. He's structured chaos, and I'm chaos chaos. Together, we are amazingly structured chaos chaos. Works out. Alright guys, well, I'm back. It's the next morning, and in total transparency, I literally filmed nothing last night. So this is the current state of the engine bay, and we're just about there, as far as I'm concerned. For wiring, there's like 2 or 3 little things left to do. I'll show you what we ended up doing. So we ended up tapping in to the cigarette lighter. Everything's good, and we wrap this here. Obviously less is more. This was Mr. WorkPlayDrive's idea, which I think is genius, because we're like, alright, there's really no way safely to get out of the fuse box. So he put a hole here, just enough for the actual cord to go through, and basically when this is shut, there's no way for anything to get in here. There's a hood protecting it and everything's blocked in. So originally what I was gonna do was notch it out here, have the wire come out, but then he made a good point. If water hit the actual wire, it could trickle into the box. So overall, I think it's pretty good. I've got the wire in there. Everything's nice and tucked. It's all secure. Box shuts perfect, no problems. So I kind of wish I would have filmed back here, because WorkPlayDrive literally took his shoes off and jumped in to the trunk, had my phone, had the app on, and the man is a total beast. I love the guy. He is probably one of the nicest guys in the Mopar community that I've met. So what we had to do, so this has clips and this pulls down a little bit, giving you enough room to access this grommet, and obviously this grommet cuts through, and this is where the wiring's going through, and this panel pulls completely off. It detaches. So this is a little like rectangle panel that comes down. He came in through here, and this is where like the excess wiring would be. He used a tie strap, pulled everything through, and it looks really nice. So I really have zero complaints about the setup. You know, I know some people are gonna say, oh, why didn't you film this and that? I said this before in previous videos a long time back. When you're hanging out with people that you genuinely enjoy their company, you kind of sort of just want to hang out, talk bullshit, talk more, and just do things. So, you know, sometimes pulling out the camera just adds this extra level of awkward. You feel like there's just eyes on you, extra eyes. Well, obviously thousands of more eyes. So it's like one of those things where we just want to test. We got it done. We're gonna have tons of future videos because of this, because he helped goat the rest of it. So all right, so here's the part where we do the you know, the phone stuff. So there are two apps for this. There's the main Blackvue app, and then there's the battery app. I'm going to show you the battery app first. You don't technically have to download it. I think you can go through this app to it, but I downloaded both and I did connect to it. So this is my actual battery that's on the car right now. It's a 6,000 what is that? I guess that's milliamp, mAh, don't quote me, son. And as of right now, it's fluctuating between like 9 hours and 8 hours of usage remaining. So as of right now, the front and rear cameras are recording, and it's at 61%. At 100%, I'm pretty sure I saw about like 18 hours usage time remaining. So that's pretty damn cool. I guess when I'm gonna be parked in the garage, I could always just walk over to the glove box, turn the little switch from hardwired to the middle, kind of just shut the system off and let the battery just chill. I'm thinking about doing that because there's no point, if I'm not parked anywhere, what's the point of it recording? And you know, I just don't see a point. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back to the main app, and I'm already connected to the Wi-Fi. You'll have to figure out how to do that on your own, but this is the setup. So you can actually click that and you can see what that's recording right now, which is there. So that's the front camera, and then there's also, because there's a backup camera associated, that's my backup camera. So that camera is recording my garage door. How much fun is that, right? So overall, honestly, I've had nothing but good results with the 750 version of this on my Hellcat. I'm very confident that the 4K version is going to be the same. Here's what we can do. You can click live view, you can do all that other stuff, but this is, I guess, from driving since we've installed it. And for instance, here's a front clip. That's pretty cool. And then here's the rear. Oh, don't show this again. Same clip. So you can see it's recording pretty dang good. I'm excited. I like where it's at. I'm gonna clean the window a little bit better. But overall, I'm gonna get some quality videos. Oh, hold on. You know what I wanted to check? Since it was recording parking mode, let's see. Yeah, look at this. It does a time lapse. So I was at the store today, and I guess while I was there, it was recording whatever was going on around the car. This is actually my first time seeing what this looks like. And yes, I did park like a complete douchebag, but I was in the back of that parking lot, and I don't want to hear no sassafras because, you know, 2 spots taken up out of dozens available, and there was a lot more even closer. I dropped my wife off at the front and I walked, so it was good. But that's cool. It works flawlessly so far. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so thankful for Blackvue to offer the sponsorship. It's definitely a good addition to this vehicle, a great addition for the channel, so I can hopefully record some crazy stuff, bring back the douche of the day, and I'm excited for that. So like I said, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are an OCD OG, thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate you. Please make sure your bell notifications are turned on. There are changes coming. I have lots of plans coming, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys on the next one. Really quick though, before we go, I just want to tell you, WorkPlayDrive also told me that they have filters, I guess polarizer filters that go over the front and rear cameras. And I checked, I found it last night. I ordered them. Apparently anything like, see how you can see the glare, which reflects and you can see the dashboard parts. I don't see that much in a video, but I know it could happen from sun, and you never know what's going to happen, so I will be installing that. I will drive on a very sunny day, do a video without it, and slide it on there and see if there's a difference. So expect that as well. And again, this is for real. Goodbye.